right, kicking off another spectacular hour of the Steve Gruber Show from Studio G here in the heart of American fighting for you from the foxhole freedom every single day. I am Steve Gruber. This is the Steve Gruber Show. Thank you for being here. Three big things this hour. Number one, broken trust. Michigan authorities failed to save an abused child, according to a brand new report out of Lincoln Park. We'll tell you about that. Number two, the GM Bright Drop van. They can't give it away. It's an EV van, another failure of the EV push by this country and by the left. And number three, this will affect a lot of folks. This coming out of the federal government, no Social Security Administration moves to direct deposit without being in person. You can't make the call. Hey, I want direct deposit. I want to make some changes. No, you want to do that, you come in person. Why? Fraud. Fraud. All of these stories, by the way, can be found on my news outlet, MichiganNewsSource.com. MichiganNewsSource.com. You want to find out what's going on, you go to MichiganNewsSource.com, and you'll get a pretty good handle on everything. The Social Security Administration. Well, that's 1775 coffee you hear in the background right there. The Social Security Administration will soon require in-person identity verification for millions of Americans requesting direct deposit changes, ending the option to complete the process by phone. That's over. The change takes effect at the end of the month. It will apply to new benefit applicants and current recipients who are unable to verify their identity through the agency's My Social Security online portal. Those individuals will be required to visit a field office in person to complete the verification. The new policy aimed at curbing direct deposit fraud, which the SSA officials say is costing the agency over $100 million annually. It's probably higher than that. Social Security can better protect Americans while expediting service, said Acting Commissioner Leland Dudek. The information that we use through knowledge-based authentication is already in the public domain. This is a common sense measure. Common sense. Who knew they could find common sense in D.C., but they did, and they have, and they will again. Hallelujah. Alongside the new verification policy, the SSA will also speed up direct deposit updates. Good news, right? Processing both online and in-person requests within one business day, a change from the previous 30-day hold. Additionally, the change coincides with plans to close over 40 field offices nationwide. According to DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, SSA officials said the closures target small remote hearing offices, not full-service locations. Elon Musk has called Social Security a Ponzi scheme. Basically, you just keep giving and they just keep taking, and well, maybe we'll figure it out at some point and maybe we won't. It's like rolling loaded dice some days. Bright Drop electric vans. I'd never heard of it. You know why I've never heard of it? Because nobody's buying them. Yeah, have you seen these really odd-looking vehicles from Amazon? Look like a big gust of wind could bust those in half. I guess it's not dissimilar to that in some ways. General Motors storing hundreds of unsold Bright Drop electric vans in Flint after production has been stopped in Canada because of, well, there's no demand for them. Nobody wants them. Congratulations. I did predict, and I say again, if General Motors goes on this all-EV kick, they will go bankrupt. They will go out of business. They will cease to exist. The vans manufactured at GM's Cami Assembly Plant, Ingersoll, Ontario, which temporarily closed earlier this month amid the buildup. The company said the 2-week pause was meant to align production schedules and balance inventory. Originally launched in 2021, the standalone EV startup within GM, Bright Drop, was absorbed into the Chevrolet brand last year in an effort to boost visibility and streamline sales. The lineup includes two models, the midsize Zevo 400 and the larger Zevo 600, both designed for commercial fleet use, and both miserable in the sales column. But despite GM's investment in rebranding, Bright Drop's performance has fallen well short of its competitors. In 2024, GM reported 1,529 Bright Drop van sales in the U.S. compared to Ford's 12,600 E-Transit vans and Rivian's 13,243 electric delivery vehicles. There is a market for electric vans, just not at that price point, apparently. You see, BrightDrop's Evo 600, which offers maximum battery range of 272 miles, is $74,000. Ford's E-Transit extended range is $51,000. To make the vehicles more competitive, Chevy is offering $25,500 in rebates through June 30th. So it'll take it down to below $50,000. GM said it is still confident in the future of BrightDrop. Well, I'm not. I'm not optimistic at all. In fact, not even in the least. A recently released report revealing that the very institution charged with protecting Michigan's children failed one of their most vulnerable. A young child known to multiple agencies died as a result of severe abuse despite a trail of warnings that should have triggered action. This is on Michigan News Source today. The report issued by the Office of the Child Advocate paints a picture of systemic breakdowns and missed opportunities. 5-year-old Ethan Belcher died last year after enduring horrific abuse from his mom and stepdad, who are now behind bars, both sentenced to life in prison for felony murder, torture, 2 counts of first-degree child abuse, and conspiracy to commit torture. Long before that fatal day, there were red flags visible, documented, and tragically ignored, according to coverage from WDIV and Detroit police. Child Protective Services, medical professionals, and state workers had all been involved with the family at different points. Yet, at every critical juncture, the ball was dropped. Investigators found that CPS mishandled reports of abuse. Police did not follow up on leads, and healthcare providers failed to report suspicious injuries. Yeah. Sad, but true. Yeah, all of these stories can be found today on Michigan News Source. Go look at it for yourself. MichiganNewsSource.com. MichiganNewsSource.com. Trust me, you'll be glad if you do, because you'll be up to date and informed about everything happening in Michigan as always. This part of the program brought to you by my friends at NeuroGuard. Look, NeuroGuard Plus stop concussions before they happen. Dr. Michael Hutchinson patented a mouthguard for athletes in all sports. Using this mouthguard prevents concussions almost completely. Those using this breakthrough technology only suffer concussions 0.26% of the time. Incredibly, it increases your strength and speed by up to 16%. You can lift more weight, you can jump higher and run faster, and you don't even have to take my word for it. You can trust Michigan State University and Wayne State University. They have tested the NeuroGuard Plus and certified the results. The promo code to save 10%, Gruber, of course. NeuroGuardPlus.com. NeuroGuardPlus.com. Man, it's been a good day so far. Eric Nesbitt running for governor and the Senate Minority Leader demanding a special election in the 35th State Senate District. Why hasn't it happened? We'll talk to Eric after a break here on The Steve Gruber Show.